Hello, I'm Benji Fallow, and I'm at these amazing sand dunes at Studland for World Sand Dune Day. Come with me, let's go and have a look. They're such incredible habitats for diverse wildlife and plants. I'm here at Dynamic Dune Stakes and the National Trust. Drawing out in nature is a great way to get into the nature around you. Here at the sand dunes we have all 6 species of reptile: adder, smooth snake, grass snake, slow worm, sand lizard and common lizard. The common lizard has an amazing adaptation, which is why it's so common and can live in many different habitats. If it's warm in the habitat where it's living, it lays eggs because it's warm enough that it can incubate them and they will manage to hatch. But if it lives in a colder climate, it will have live young, and that means that it can keep them warmer in the colder climate. So the same individual can either choose between having eggs or live young every year depending on the climate. Isn't that incredible? This is marron grass, and its roots hold the whole sand dune together, and if it wasn't here, most of this sand would slip down into the sea and get washed away, and they hold this whole entire ecosystem together. This is couch grass, and when the seeds fall onto the floor, as the sun rises they roll over, and as it sets they roll over again, meaning that they might be able to travel into a crack or crevice where they can germinate. These 2 stiff hairs coming out of the seed, it uses like legs as it twirls along the ground, finding a place where it can safely germinate. If you look on the areas where the sand dune has fallen off, you can see these little holes going into the sand, and they're made by different types of solitary wasps and bees. But sometimes you'll see a bigger hole, and that is made by a natterjack toad. Natterjack toads, when they're in a sand dune habitat like this, they dig horizontally into the sand dune, and they only dig 1 burrow. But when they're in a heathland habitat, they do 2 burrows going right down into the heath, one near their mating pond and one that they live in most of the time, and that's how they adapt to their 2 different habitats. So one of the creatures I really wanted to see is a sand lizard. They're really rare. We've come quite early in the morning to see if we can spot a sand lizard. Come with me, let's see if we can find one. Just here at the dunes, and I've just managed to spot a sand lizard. The males have what's called a green badge on the side of their body. It's the brightest area, and they will display that to their opponents. And the male with the brightest badge will get to win a mate. I can't believe I've just seen one of the rarest reptiles in the UK.